straight, kind of feeling that twisting motion from the shoulders, and then feeling the shoulder blades wrap back and forth around the ribs. One more to each direction. And pause with the shoulder blades somewhere in between. Point your thumbs out. We're going to come into no angels next. So you'll open the arms out to the side, hover them just off the floor. Slow our arms down towards your hips. Your palms will face out, so we're opening the front of the chest. Now reverse, bring the arms around to a T. Then start to arc the arms overhead with the palms facing in. Elbows stay straight, and reverse again. Arms open out to a T. Bring them all the way down to your hips. Yeah, really good. So elbows straight, reach really wide with the arms. Like you're trying to separate those weights as far as possible in your T position. We'll do 2 more like this. Remember to spin those shoulders back. Might feel a little shaking through the front of the chest, and that's all right. Slow and controlled here. Yeah, good. Bringing the arms all the way overhead. Almost like the biceps touch your ears. One more time, down and up. Back of the hands go to the hips. And reverse out to your T. Then reach the arms overhead, palms will face in. Then open the arms out to a T one more time. Lead with the pinkies to bring the arms all the way back up. Pause with arms there, have your palms face in. This time really bring your weights together too, like you're gonna try to squeeze your hands together. Slowly reach both arms overhead with the elbows straight. So you get a bit of a pull through the armpits and through the sides of the ribs. Elbows straight, bring the arms back up to the ceiling. Good, we'll just do 2 more like that. And again, reach the arms overhead. And you can even lock your elbows out for this because there is a tendency to bend them with this one. Slowly start to bring the arms up. Yeah, really good. 1 more like that. So hands or the weights are touching. Slowly bring the arms up. Separate your hands, come into a march with the legs now. Float one leg up to a tabletop position. Find your balance. Then switch to the other side. So slow and controlled for these. So you're kind of doing a little test with each repetition. See if you can lift that leg, find your balance. See if you can breathe. Then go to bring it back down. So it's more about the quality, not the quantity with this one. Yeah, nice job. Slow and controlled. Good. We'll take 1 more to each side. And keep pushing those weights slightly up towards the ceiling just so those shoulder blades connect to the ribs. And lift your right leg and hold it there. Now slowly open both arms out to the side. Pause there for a moment. Bring the arms all the way back up. Pause. Reach your arms overhead. Elbows stay straight here. And bring the arms all the way back up. We'll do 1 more to each direction like that. Open the arms out to the side. And bring the arms back up. Reach your arms overhead. And bring the arms all the way back up. We'll switch sides now. So float your left leg up to tabletop. And 2 to each direction here. Slowly open the arms out. And bring the arms back up. Reach your arms overhead. And again, bring the arms back up. We'll do 1 more to each direction. Open the arms out. And bring them back up. elbows stay straight. One more time, reach overhead. And bring them back to a vertical position. Okay, nice work. Switch legs again. On this next one, you're gonna open the arms, straighten the right leg out. Bring the arms up, bend your knee. Now reach your arms overhead, straighten the right leg out. Bring everything back to start position. We'll do 2 more to each direction. Open the arms, straighten the right leg out. Arms, bend the right knee in. Reach arms overhead, straighten that right leg out. Bring it back to starting position. We'll do 1 more to each direction. Open and straighten. Bring it back up. Then reach overhead. Reach that right leg out long and bring it all the way back up. Okay, we'll switch sides here. So left leg floats up. When you're ready, open the arms. Left leg extends out. Bring the arms back together. Now reach the arms overhead, straighten that left leg out. We'll do 2 more to each direction. So again, open and lengthen out. Close the arms. Then reach the arms overhead, extend that left leg. We'll take 1 more to each direction here. So open the arms, extend the left leg. Close the arms. And 1 more time here, reach the arms overhead. And bring everything back to your starting position. Okay, really good work here. Send the arms down to your hips, come into a chest lift now. So your head, neck, and shoulders will curl up. Good. And slowly uncurl back down and reach your arms overhead. So getting that full length through the body. Arms arc up, curl to the top. Good, and slowly uncurl all the way down, reach overhead. We'll do 2 more like that. Arc the arms, look towards your knees. Curl to the top. Really good. Slowly bring it all the way back down and reach overhead. 1 more time up. So arms arc first, curl up. And slowly bring it all the way back down. We're gonna add a little pulse on your next one here. So bring the arms up, curl to the top. From here, uncurl down a few inches and right back up. So down and up, down and up. We'll do 3 more like that. And mobilize in the middle of your spine here. Good, last one. And uncurl all the way down. Reach your arms overhead. We're gonna do that in rotation next. Bring the arms up, curl to the top. Bring your hands together. Rotate to your right. So my hands point to the outside of the right knee. Curl up a little higher and then slowly back down. And up and down. Up and down. Take 3 more like that. Keep those hands together. Last 2. And last one, come back to center, uncurl all the way back down and reach your arms overhead. Okay, we'll switch to the left side next. So arc the arms up, curl to the top, rotate to the left and start to pulse down and up from there. Think of sending your right shoulder towards that left knee. Good, legs stay still, take 2 more. And come back to center, uncurl all the way back down and reach your arms overhead. Just take a big deep breath there. Inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Okay, put the weights off to the side now. And we're gonna add a rotation with 1 hand behind your head now. So I'm gonna have you curl up through center, send the arms up, curl to the top and hold, left hand behind your head, rotate to the left, come down and up from there. Right hand reaches to the outside of that left knee.
Good, try to exhale to come up, inhale down. Take 3 more. Last one. Come back to center, uncurl all the way back down, and reach those arms overhead. Again, take a real big breath here in through the nose, and exhale out the mouth. We'll go ahead and switch sides now, so rotating to the right this time. Arc the arms up, curl to the top, right hand behind your head, rotate to the right, and down and up from there. Try to exhale as you lift here. So left ribs towards that right hip in the front of the body. So you get that twist as you lift. Last 2 and last 1. Come back to center, uncurl all the way back down and reach those arms overhead. Just take a big deep breath there. And take one more deep breath just to loosen up those abdominals in the front of the body. All right, bring your hands down to your side, hands over your ribs. I'm gonna have you move up on the oof a little bit higher because your legs are gonna come up to a tabletop position. Okay, so knees will be bent to about 90 degrees. From here, with an exhale, tap 1 foot to the ground. Inhale to bring it back up and alternate side to side. Really good. We'll just take 1 more to each direction here. So pretty simple exercise. You should feel some work through those mid to lower abs. And pause with both legs bent. From here, open and close the knees and feet a few times. Yeah, good. Just getting a little stretch through the adductors and also mobilizing the hip joint here. Yeah, nice work. Be sure those knees are right up over the hips. Every time you bring them back together, just take 1 more. And pause there. We'll come into a dead bug next. Reach your left arm overhead as the right leg extends out. Inhale to bring it back to starting position. Exhale to switch. Right arm and left leg. All the way back to starting position. Keep alternating side to side here. And reach the arm and leg enough so that they straighten all the way out. So you're really challenging yourself to control the leverage of your limbs here. And again, you should be feeling some work through the core. Take 3 more to each direction. Keep breathing. So exhaling to help bring those abdominals into the exercise as the arm and leg extend out. Yeah, good work. 2 more to each direction. And last one to each side here. And once you're done with that last repetition, bring your feet back to the floor. We'll just do 1 more stretching thing here. Straighten the legs all the way out and reach your arms overhead. So being up a little higher on the oof will help you to open the front of the hips more. Take 2 deep breaths here. And 1 more deep breath, so big inhale. Sending air into the front spaces of the body. And exhale, feel the body soften over the oof. All right, I'm gonna have you roll to your side and come up off of there. And we're gonna do a few book openings next. You're gonna grab your bands now. And I'm gonna have you on your left side with your waist over the neck of the oof. So the big part of the oof is pointed back. And the small part of the oof is pointed forwards.
My head's gonna go on the floor, but feel free to use a little head support here if you need it, like a ball or some towels. You're gonna take your left hand, reach it out in front. I would suggest wrapping the band around that hand, just so you can really stabilize it. You're gonna take the right hand, and you don't want too much tension on the band to begin with, because we're gonna be opening up here. So it'll look like that. Keep your knees together, knees up to about hip height. From here, open the arms, and you're gonna try to stretch that band out away from that left hand as far as possible. Then with control, bring everything back to your starting position. Yep, good. And again, rotating open. So just pure rotation to start, look towards your right hand, and slowly bring it back to your starting position. Good, 3 more like that. So rotating open, let your ribs spin back too. Keep the hands wide. And everything back to starting position. Check in with your knees here for these last 2. Just be sure they're in line with each other. And we'll take one last one here. So sending the right arm up and then back. So big arc. And bring it back to your starting position. We're gonna open up at a diagonal now. So this time that right arm will come up and you're gonna reach it towards the top of your head. So the band is actually gonna come up towards my forehead. And then slowly unrotate back to your starting position. Good. And again, open, then reach up, look towards that hand, and bring it all the way back to your starting position. We'll do 3 more like that. So again, opening and reaching up at a diagonal. Slowly bringing it back. And last 2. You should feel some work through the shoulders here. See if you can integrate it into your ribs. So as you reach overhead, those right ribs also get sent back. And bring it all the way back to your starting position. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides now. Nice work. So you'll be on your right side this time. Again, feel free to use towels or a band, or a ball, underneath your head. This time you're gonna wrap your right hand around the band. Keep those knees together. And hands start out in front, elbows straight. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to rotate open. Yep, good, look towards that left hand, and then slowly bring it back to your starting position. And if you don't have a band, you can just do this without the band too. Good, look with your eyes towards that left hand, and all the way back to your starting position. We'll take 3 more like that. Remember to keep those knees together, especially as you twist open. And let your head, kind of the nice thing about not using a towel under your head is you can allow your head to roll back towards that left hand. So your neck gets a bit of a mobilization here as well. We'll take 1 more. So think the arm goes up, then rotate open, look towards that left hand, and bring it all the way back to your starting position. We're gonna go up at an angle this time. So reach the left arm up, then overhead, and bring it all the way back to your starting position. We'll do 4 more like that. So rotating open, then reaching up, and all the way back to your starting position. We'll take 3. Yeah, really good. That right hand should stay in place the whole time. Again, check in with your knees. So you are in fact spinning from the upper back and not from the pelvis rolling open. Okay, 1 last one here. Try to inhale as you twist open and exhale to bring everything back to your starting position. Nice work. Okay, you can put the band off to the side. We're gonna come into sideline work on your right side now. So rotate the Oov counterclockwise 90 degrees. Your right hip is gonna come into the neck of the Oov. And we'll start with having you prop your
head up with your right hand. So we'll work that outer hip on the left here to begin. All right, just be sure those right ribs are in line with the groove of the oov, and place your left hand on your left hip and start to lift and lower the top leg. Good. And you use left hand so as a cue to make sure you're not moving from the pelvis up here. Good, take 2 more like that. And I'm gonna have you bring the knees together. We're gonna work a clamshell now. So flex the feet. You're gonna lift that top knee off the bottom knee, toes separate, and bring the knees back together. And again, good. So it shouldn't be too much work without a band here, but you should feel it through the outer hip. Good. Take 3 more like this. And last 2. And last one. On the next variation, you're gonna lift your foot as well. So the knee and the foot lifts, bring everything back together and bring it back up. You should start to feel some work through that outer hip on the left, just from accumulating a lot of repetition here. Yeah, form looks nice. Again, pelvis stays still. Let's take 3 more like that. Good, last 2. And last one. Straighten the leg all the way out and give it a break for just a second. We're gonna do circles here next. Lift the left leg up. Flex your foot, really reach that left leg long and come into circles. And I want you to bias the top part and the back part of the circle. So it's kind of easy to do circles out in front, but see if you can really kick that leg back as you're trying to trace the back of the circle. Good, take 2 more. And reverse the direction now. Yeah, nice work. Last 3 repetitions. And bring that leg all the way down. Reach your right arm out in front. Come into a side bend up over the oov. We're gonna do a side sit up with a leg lift now. Arc the left arm up, lift your leg up as you lift the upper body, and then bring it all the way back down and reach overhead. And again, the arm will arc up, lift the leg as you lift the upper body, lower the leg as you lower the upper body. We'll take 3 more like that. So again, arc, keep your head back in line with your spine. Yeah, really nice. Last 2 here. And 1 more with the leg lift. Good. Bring it all the way back down. And this time you're gonna curl up and hold here. So we are gonna lift the leg again. Stay lifted. Now from here, kick the left leg forwards and kick it backwards. Good. Try to put as little pressure through that right hand as possible here. Yeah, nice work. You should be feeling some obliques through that left side, maybe some work through the outer hip here as well. 1 more. Nice. Bring it back to center. Uncurl all the way down, reach overhead. And cross your right hand in front of the chest. We'll do a just from here without the leg lift. So foot will stay down, arc your left leg up and come into a side bend to your left. Good. Bring it all the way down, reach that arm overhead. And again, arc the arm up, curl to the top, keep the left foot down and slowly bring it all the way back down. Letting those left ribs open. 3 more like that. Curling up. Good. Slowly back down, reach overhead. Last 2 here, arc the arm up. Good, slowly bring it back down, reach overhead. And 1 last one, reach that arm all the way up. Good, and bring it all the way back down. Pause there, take a big inhale into those left ribs. And 1 more deep breath. Again, sending air up into those left ribs. And fully let all the air out of the lungs with your exhale. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides now. So you'll be on your left side this time. We'll just start with our outer hip work. So prop your head up with that left hand. And right leg will be out straight, and I'm just gonna have you start with lifting and lowering that top leg. So tapping the floor and bringing it right back up. Good, I like to have that foot flex just to ensure that the motion's isolated to that right hip joint. Good, let's take 2 more like that. And using that right hand to cue your pelvis to stay in the correct position. Okay, bend the right knee here, and we'll come into our clamshell. You'll lift the top knee off the bottom knee, the toes will separate, and then knees tap together. So the tendency here is to roll back with the pelvis. So be sure you keep steering the right side of the pelvis forwards as that knee opens. Good, 3 more. And last one. Okay, now you're gonna lift your foot as that knee lifts. Good, so working on alignment between your ankle and your knee on that right side. You should feel some work through the outer hip here, especially with all those reps accumulating. Good, we'll take 2 more. And last one here. All right, straighten the right leg all the way back out again. We're gonna come into circles next. Again, be sure your pelvis is squared forwards and start to circle the right leg. Again, your goal here is to kick up and back as much as you can. Yeah, really good. We'll take a few more in this direction. And reverse the direction of the circle. Yeah, form looks good. Again, keep that right foot flex here and reach long through that right heel. Last 2. And last one. Good, bring that right foot down. Left arm out in front, come into your side bend here. So we're gonna lift the right leg here to start with your side sit up. Arc the right arm up, lift the right leg. Good, and slowly bring it all the way back down, reach overhead. And again, the arm comes up, lift the leg. Good, and slowly back down. So you should be feeling some work through those obliques and the outer hip here. Yeah, really nice. Working that full lateral line all the way out through the hand on that right side. Good. Let's do 2 more like that. Again, arcing the arm, lift, hold for just a second. And slowly back down. And we'll take 1 more. Arc that arm up, lift the leg. Nice, slowly back down. We're gonna add the leg swing on your next one. So arc the arm up, lift the leg, hold, kick the right leg forwards, and kick it back behind you. And again, kick forwards and kick back. Nice, 3 more like that, leading with the toes. Leading with the heel to pull back, last 2. Good, last time, back and forth. 1 more time back, come back to center, uncurl all the way down. And we'll come into a regular side sit up on the next one. So left hand in front of your chest, arc the right arm up, and lift the upper body into your side sit up. Back down and reach overhead. Just be sure your left ear aligns with the tip of the oov when you come down. So arc the arm up, so your head's in line with your spine. Slowly bring it all the way back down, and big stretch through that right side. 3 more like that. Arc that arm up. Good, slowly back down and reach. Last 2 here. Nice, feeling those right obliques work to help lift you. There, one last one, arc that arm up, side sit up. And slowly bring it all the way back down. Okay, take 2 deep breaths there. Think of sending air into those right ribs this time. And one more deep breath. All right, you can come up off of there. We'll come into some rolling down and up next. You're going to come into a seated position in the neck of the oov. Okay, begin with reaching the arms out in front. And with an exhale, curl the pelvis back, come down 1 vertebrae at a time. Let your head come to the floor and reach your arms overhead. From here, send the arms up. Chin down and curl back up to a seated position. Good. And again, roll pelvis back, articulating that spine down. Allow your ribs to open in the front. Then send the arms up, look towards your knees and curl to the top. Good. We'll do 2 more like that. Roll your pelvis back, articulate the spine down. Reach the arms overhead. Your head can rest there, but keep your pelvis heavy. Arms come up and curl to the top. We'll take one more down and up there. Just through center. Then we're going to add some rotation to this. Arc the arms up and curl all the way to the top. Okay, right hand behind your head. Your left hand's going to keep reaching towards the space in between your knees. As you get to the bottom, let your right elbow go to the floor and look towards that right elbow. Good. Then unrotate and come back up to the top. We'll switch sides. So left hand behind your head, curl back, let your left elbow go to the floor and look towards that elbow. And then slowly bring it all the way back to the top. We'll do 2 more to each direction here. So over to the right, roll through center. Then allow the upper body to twist open to the right. Unrotate and then curl back to the top. And over to the left. Curl back through center. Let your left elbow rotate and reach back to the floor. Bring it all the way back up. And we'll take 1 more to each side. So curl back through center. Reach the right elbow back. Look towards it. Unrotate, come all the way back up. And we'll take 1 more here to the left. So rolling the pelvis back through center, then the upper spine twists to the left. And everything comes all the way back to the top. Okay, both arms will reach out in front and roll the pelvis back. Come down 1 vertebrae at a time. Take an inhale here as you get to the bottom. Then send your arms up, look towards your knees, and curl back to the top. Okay, on this next one, you're gonna pause once you get to the bottom. So roll your pelvis back, reach your arms overhead and pause there. Straighten the legs all the way out. And go ahead and take a few deep inhales and exhales here. Just 2 more breaths like that. And 1 more deep breath. You'll bend your knees 1 at a time. Send the arms up to the ceiling. Look towards your knees and curl back up to the top. All right, good work. We're gonna go on your stomach next. So hopefully that loosened you up for a bit of extension. I'm gonna have you on your stomach with your hips in the neck of the oov. All right, knees and toes are gonna point out to the side. So your legs are kind of in a frog position here. And I'm gonna have your hands come down under your shoulders. Allow your upper body to drape over the oov. Okay, from here, draw the shoulders back. Lift the chest up into some extension and gaze forwards. Good. and slowly bring it all the way back down. And again, draw the shoulder blades back. You'll lift the chest. You'll feel the glutes engage there to help lift those ribs. Good, and slowly bring it all the way back down. We'll take 2 more like that. Draw the shoulder blades back, lift, gaze forwards, and slowly bring it all the way back down. We'll take 1 last one. Shoulder blades draw back. Go ahead and lift the chest, and slowly bring it all the way back down. Okay, sit back to a child's pose for a moment. Just taking that pressure off your ribs for a second. We're gonna add some overpressure on the next one here. Go back to your starting position. So knees and toes out. Your hands are gonna slide towards your head now on your mat. So they're almost in line with your forehead. Okay. You're gonna lift into extension. Once you get to the top, straighten the arms out. Good, feel the glutes engage, and then bring it all the way back down. We'll do 3 more like that. Start to lift, inhale towards the top, and slowly bring it all the way back down. And we'll take 2 more. So as you get to the top, try to use those back muscles to lift, but the glutes will help. And bring it back down. We'll take 1 last one like that. So lifting up at the top, gaze forwards. Good. And slowly bring it all the way back down. Sit back to a child's pose for a moment. On this next one, we're going to lift the arms here. So if lifting your arms is too much, feel free to stick with either of the 2 variations we just did. But if you can lift your arms, go for it. So come back to your starting position. All right. And from here, you'll come up into extension. So lift the head, neck, and shoulders and ribs. Stay lifted. Now reach your arms up into a goalpost position. Really good. Bring the hands back under your shoulders and lower back down. Just 3 more like that. Draw the shoulder blades back and left. And hopefully I'm not frozen. We'll do 2 more repetitions here because my screen just froze. Again, draw the shoulder blades back, lift the chest, reach the arms. There we go, everyone's back now. And bring the hands back down and lower all the way back down. 1 last repetition. Again, shoulder blades draw back, gaze up, really reach the arms out long. Feel the upper back muscles work to help lift the arms. Good. And bring everything back to your starting position. Sit back to a child's pose. And just take a real big breath there. So inhale, breathe into the back spaces of the body, all those muscles you just used. Okay, and we're gonna come into some standing work next. So I'm gonna have you, let's start on your right leg. And keep your weights close by because we're going to use them for your standing work. I'm just going to change my camera here. Okay, so we'll start on your right foot. Like I said, keep your weights close by. We're not going to use them quite yet. So I'm going to put my foot on the move parallel to the groove. And find your balance here to start. So think lengthen through the crown of your head and down and out through the arch of your right foot as you're on here. Place your hands on your hips. Your hips will stay level. You're going to kick the left leg forwards, bring it back to center. You're going to kick it out to the side, back to center, and then back behind you.
back to center, or your starting position. So again, forwards, back to center, then out to the side, back to center, and back behind you. We'll do 2 more times around here. So forwards, good, center, to the side, to center, back behind you, and back to center. 1 more time around, forwards. Yeah, really good, out to the side, to center, and back behind you. Okay, good. From here, flex your left foot. We're gonna do some heel taps. You're gonna bend the right knee to tap the left heel to the floor, and then bring it right back up. So from here, bend that right knee, you'll kind of send that right knee towards the toes, sit your hips back just a tad, and come right back up. Really good. You should feel work through the outer hip on that right leg. Try not to let the left hip dip to the ground. So all that motion comes from bending the right knee and bending at the right hip just a little bit. We'll take a few more here. Good, so that left heel just taps the ground and right back up. Like I said, again, you should be feeling work through the outer hip on the right. Good, last 2. And last 1. Okay, let's switch sides now. So left foot will go on top of the Oov. Begin by finding your balance. Be sure those hips are leveled off. And kick your right leg forwards. Bring it back to center, out to the side, back to center, and then back behind you. Good, we'll take a few like that. So forwards to center, out to the side, and back behind you. And try to stay real tall as you're kicking that right leg. So again, I use that cue, think lengthen through the crown of your head, and then down and out through the arch of the left foot here. Yeah, really good. Hopefully you're getting some work through that standing leg on the left. 1 more time around. Good, you'll bring it back to center, flex that right foot. From here, you're gonna bend and straighten that left leg to tap the right heel down to the ground. Yeah, really good. Try to keep the pelvis level so that right hip isn't dipping to the ground. It's all from bending that left leg. And you can sit the hips back just a tiny bit as you're bending and straightening that left leg. Yeah, real nice. You should feel work through the outer hip with this one. Maybe some work through that left ankle as well. Good. The Oov will keep you honest with your alignments. So being sure that knee is tracking in line with the toes. We'll take 3 more. And last 2. And last 1. Really good. Take a rest. I'm going to have you grab your hand weights next. And we'll go back to standing on the right leg. We'll get a little shoulder work. From here, you're going to open the arms out to the side. You'll bring them back together, then reach them forwards and back down. So keep alternating back and forth there with the arms. Yeah, real good. Try to keep those elbows straight and just notice your shoulder blades moving away from the spine as you reach those arms out. And then they should wrap forwards as the arms reach forwards. We'll do 2 more to each direction. Good, real wide with the arms, big arcs. Last one to each direction. All right, 1 more variation here. Bring your hands together. From here, you're gonna bend the left knee up as your hands go to the outside of the left knee. As the arms reach up into the right, the left leg's gonna reach down into the left. Good. Bend the left leg up to your chest as the arms go down and left. And then reach the arms and the left leg in the opposite direction. Really nice. We'll take 3 more. So slow and controlled. Add a little twist with your ribs to the left as the arms go down. Good. Last 2 here. Stay tall as you twist. And we'll take one last one. And go ahead and take a break. Nice work. We'll switch sides now. Okay, so find your balance on your left leg. We'll just start with those arm raises here. When you're ready, reach the arms out, bring them back together, and then reach them forwards and back together. So keep alternating side to side. Again, I want you to think, reach the arms out as far as you can and away from your body. So if you had a cape on and those arms are reaching out, you really try to spread that cape wide. Yeah, real good. Think about what those shoulder blades are doing. So as the arms go forwards, they wrap forwards to the ribs. As the arms come out, the shoulder blades tip away from the spine. So they kind of roll down and out. Okay, you'll take 1 more to each direction here. And last one. And we'll come into your diagonals here next. So hands out in front. From here, lift the right leg, rotate to the right, then reach the arms up to the left as the right leg kicks back. Good. Arms go down and right, and reach up and left as that right leg kicks back. Good. 3 more like that. Rotate towards the right, then reach up and left. Nice. Last 2. Stay tall as you rotate. Kick back. And we'll take one last one here. So stay tall, pull that right knee up, and then reach the arms up as that right leg kicks back. All right, good, nice work. Let's finish back on the ground on the Oov here. So you can put the weights in the band off to the side. And we'll just finish up with a little bit more balance work for the last 5 minutes or so. Okay, let me reset my computer again. Okay, lay on the Oov, how we started class out with, so you'll be on your back with your head towards the small end, hips towards the large end. Okay, so we'll come back into some balance work here. I'm going to have you reach the arms up to the ceiling and just come into a march again. So pull one knee up over your hip. You'll slowly lower it back down and alternate side to side. So hopefully it's a little bit easier than when we started class out. Hopefully it's a little easier to lift the leg, a little easier to balance. Try to breathe as you're lifting that leg. So keeping that diaphragm mobile, not holding it tight. Let the abdominals do the work here. Just take 1 more to each side. And we're going to come into no hands balance next. So I'm going to have you move up the Oov just a bit, so that when you lift your legs, your head stays heavy on the ground. All right. Now from here, we're going to work on lifting your arms off the floor. So I'm just going to have you start with reaching one arm towards the ceiling. You might notice right away, you get a little bit of shaking around the pelvis. And bring that hand back down, switch sides. And back down and switch.
We'll just do one more in each direction like that. Last time over to the opposite arm. Okay, good. Now, if you feel good about it, I'm gonna have you reach both arms up to the ceiling. If you don't wanna reach them all the way up, feel free to just hover the elbows. So when you're ready, I'm gonna have you try to reach both arms up and find your balance. Once you have your balance, see if you can breathe there. If you lose your balance, that's okay. Yeah, nice work. Distractions from around the house are even better. And take a few more breaths. And feeling everything balanced and equalized. And feeling every muscle in your body doing a little bit of work to help keep you there. And go ahead and take a rest. Nice work. All right, last thing we're gonna finish up with is just some breathing. So I'm gonna have you place one hand over your, actually, let's do a diaphragm stretch, and then we'll finish up with a breath wave. I'm gonna have you bring your arms out. If you can lay them on the ground, great. Your elbows will be bent. So what you're gonna do here is take a real big inhale, and you're gonna prolong your exhale for as long as possible. So when you think you don't have any air left to exhale, you're gonna keep exhaling. So go ahead and take a big inhale and start to exhale. Keep your arms back on the floor. You should feel a stretch in the front of the chest. Keep exhaling. And then feel that rebound of the diaphragm when you go to inhale. So big inhale and full exhale. Then keep exhaling. Even if there's no air, try to force more air out. Two more breaths like that. Big inhale and full exhale. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Keep those arms back. And one more like that. Big inhale and full exhale. You should feel all the muscles around the trunk come in. And then maybe some tightness around those lower ribs of the diaphragm stretching. Okay, and let's finish with about 5 breath waves here next. So I'm gonna have you place your right hand over your stomach, your left hand over your chest. With your inhales, what you're gonna do is try to lift the lower hand first, then the upper hand. Then you'll try to lower the upper hand, then lower the lower hand. So start to inhale, breathe into your belly first, then your chest. Exhale, empty your chest first, then your belly. And again, inhale into the belly first, then the ribs. Empty your ribs, then empty the belly. We'll do 3 more like that. Inhale, belly inflates first, then your ribs. Empty your ribs first, and your belly last. Last 2, inhale into the belly, then the ribs,